Okay, so hello everybody. And I really didn't think that we'd be here 20 years after I first started this on a laptop in the back of my kitchen. And it's just a credit to all the different stakeholders that we've attracted that we are here today at our biggest ever community weekend and our 20th birthday. So I just wanted to take you through a few highlights of our 20 years. So we have supported over 2,000 people across 51 countries, which I'm so incredibly proud of, especially when we can support people in countries that don't have such a well-developed health system. And we know, especially when we give them financial support, that it goes a hell of a lot further than it does, say, for care costs in the UK. We've grown from just myself as a volunteer to a staff team of 28, and I really want to celebrate that staff team today. So our department heads are going to be talking to you as well about the work that they do. I think one of the great things about Alex TLC is our ability to represent the patient voice. We have a raft of lived experience on the team. We have 4 members of staff who have direct experience of leukodystrophy. We have 4 trustees who have direct lived experience of leukodystrophy, and we have a couple of really lovely volunteers that also help us out with our comms and our minute taking at our meetings, our board meetings. So our patient voice representation and our ability to do that is just really helped us to grow. And, you know, we can represent patient voice at health decision making, like NICE guidelines, and we've recently been involved in changing NHS policy so that adults can now access bone marrow transplant for adrenoleukodystrophy, which is just such a huge step forward, and we've been battling for that for years. And obviously the NHS service and registry for leukodystrophies is just the biggest ever step forward, and I'm just so proud of our involvement of that. And just a massive thank you to John Livingston, who can't be here today, but he was kind of like the inspiration behind the whole service, and now the lovely Dr. Rahul Singh has kind of like taken over the mantle, and he'll be talking to you more about that and our saga with the patient registry, which will be live very, very soon, we hope. So our stakeholder network and our lived experience are kind of like the key drivers of all the work that we do, and we couldn't do it without our industry partners, our professionals, you, our community, the volunteers that we attract, and our wonderful staff team. We can now employ a professional counsellor, which is huge. It means that Karen has got support to do her support, and we can just really look after the emotional well-being, because we know the challenges that these devastating diagnoses can have. This is our 11th face-to-face community weekend, 13 if you count the 2 virtual ones that we had during lockdown. And I think running an organisation the size it is now is we really need to have a sustainable income. And we've managed to really diversify so that we're not relying on just one income stream. So we have our voluntary income, we have our grant income, we have our industry support, and then we also have the profits from our 5 charity shops, and those together kind of like make sure that we can maintain the levels of work and the services we provide. Oh, thank you. I'm not very good with technology today. So I just wanted to really celebrate that Alex TLC is a team. It's not just 1 or 2 individuals. None of us can do what we do without the other. So from our retail team on the left, we're not representing all of them here, to sort of like myself and Karen, and you see a lot about the work that we do. Nobody can do what they do without the other. We can't do the work we do without our engagement and communications team raising awareness of the fact that we exist, or our accounts manager, our retail and fundraising team who pay our wages so that we can actually do these jobs. So I'm now going to hand over to everybody else who's going to tell you a little bit more about their individual departments. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. So, as most of you know, I'm the Support Services Manager, so I'm in charge of all of the support offered to families, information that's given, liaising with doctors, etc. So we have provided support to 2,474 people in the past 10 years, which for a rare disease is a pretty amazing figure, although a very sad figure. So one-to-one support, we have provided approximately 170 individual families annually with support. There has been over 900 support conversations each year. And for those who know me, you know I like to talk. 95% of people from our Support Services Impact Report said that they found our service helpful and that they would access it again. Every month we hold online community meetings, so to bring people together, because of course living with leukodystrophy, your next door neighbour doesn't have leukodystrophy. So trying to bridge that gap and bring people together. So myself, I'm normally on the Zooms alongside our counsellor Jenna, who I will tell you a little bit more about in a few minutes. So we've had an average of 77 community members have attended these meetings. And again, 85% of the people who attended the meetings said that they would attend again. Of course, there's nothing better than getting everyone together, and it's so wonderful to see so many of you here, and especially our newer families. So there's lots of faces that I've known for years and years, but it's, it's always wonderful to see the new families who feel able to join us. So Suzanne, who a lot of you will know as well, she's our engagement and communications manager. If you haven't met her, she's busy doing something else at the minute, but you can see her lovely photo. And she's responsible for all the email communications. So anything that you receive, which is talking about the work we do or how we can support you or a meeting, Suzanne's in charge of all of them. She welcomes new families to the charity, so often families will contact us via email. So she sends out a lovely email just to sort of warmly welcome people and let them know that we're here for them and how we can support them. She also runs our steering group. So anything that we do, any projects that we run, we think it's really important to hear from you, our families, so that we know that we're doing the right thing for you. So if you would like to become a member of our steering group, then please do contact us, because it really does help us to make sure that we're shaping what we do. We're also often asked, such as the IWMD registry, we were asked if we could find some patients to test it out. So we used our steering group for that, and that was really helpful. Suzanne also arranges events, and I really wish she was in the room today, because without Suzanne... Oh, she is! Suzanne is at the back. She's hiding. Without Suzanne's wonderful organisation skills, we wouldn't be here today. She has been absolutely amazing in setting up this weekend, booking all of your rooms, sorting out the venue, you name it, she has been responsible for it. So I'd really like to give Suzanne a huge round of applause. Now, Jenna, who unfortunately wasn't able to attend this weekend, although she dearly wanted to. So she's our BACP counsellor, and I found out last night that she's now got her accreditation, which is amazing. Counsellors have to go through a huge process to become accredited, so it really is an absolute credit to her, and she's such a wonderful person. So in 2023, we introduced our new counselling service. We managed to get funding for this. Why we decided to have our own counsellor is that there are long waiting lists on the NHS. And there's also, as we all know, the burden of explanation. So having to tell someone again and again what a leukodystrophy is really difficult. So Jenna knows about leukodystrophy. She understands the stuff that you all go through. And she's delivered 235 sessions since it started, and she's provided support for 25 people. And 100% of people reported that they felt much better and much more able to cope after seeing Jenna. So we've also recently launched our new website, and what fun that was. So our old website wasn't quite working. Even we couldn't find what we wanted to. So we knew that we had to change it. So it was launched in March this year. And between March and September, we had 29,830 website visitors. And the visits to our support and community pages were just over 1,000. Condition pages were 9,500. And get involved pages were over 2,500. So we think that it's obviously working. People are finding what they need to find. If you haven't had a look on our website, do have a look, because there's a lot of information on there which might be very helpful for you. So, and keeping you all up to date, again, as I said earlier, we're all spread out across the country. So it's really important that everyone knows what we're doing. So we send out monthly roundup emails which have got charity news, community updates, and ways to get involved in any other relevant updates. We have nearly 1,500 subscribers, and our typical open rate is 42%, which is well above the charity sector average of 25%. So as a small charity, we're obviously telling you what you want to know, and that's good for us to know as well. We share regular updates on Facebook, Instagram, and our LinkedIn accounts. And as you can see, we've got lots of followers. So again, if you don't follow us, please do. So now I'm going to hand over to Christina, who's our research analyst.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you. So as Karen said, if you haven't met me yet, my name's Christina, and I'm the research analyst for Alex TLC. Just to kind of give a brief overview of a few of the things that I do. Hopefully most of you, whether you're a professional or community member, know about my research summaries. So I create monthly research summaries, and it's basically a nice, simple way to get the most recent updates in leukodystrophy research in a plain English summary so that everyone is able to understand and just be informed about what's going on and how it applies to you and your loved ones. As I said, we send one out each month, and the open rate has been quite high, and happy to say in the last year it has increased by 26%, which is amazing. And it's had great feedback from both professionals that have said they really enjoy them, they find it beneficial to just get a quick update, not have to go and look for things themselves when they're obviously very busy. And then, of course, our community members have found it so helpful to be able to have, just to know that there's research ongoing and that there's constantly updates. They said that it really helps them feel hopeful in their condition, and then also being able to understand and know what's going on and how it can apply to them. And a few other things that I've been involved in, basically trying to help you all understand the leukodystrophies and also just research in general. So kind of what is research, what's involved, what are the different types of research, what are clinical trials, what are natural history studies, patient registries, how can you get involved in them, and then also just providing, as Karen said earlier, about the new website with the condition pages. I helped create all of those and had them checked by our lovely doctors. And, you know, just trying to provide the easiest way to find information and hopefully help you to understand your condition and research. And it's also used by the IWMD as a reference point for patients that they see. And yeah, as I said, I've added some new pages to discuss research, and hopefully you'll all take a look at that because I'm quite proud. And then also I create our impact reports, which is so nice to see, you know, from the community, the things that you've said and how you feel about the different support services and our charity work overall. and it really helps to showcase our services and the achievements and to build more awareness about Alex TLC in general. And another thing is also just improving the understanding of the different ways that we're involved in research, and that's part of my role. Just, that's why I was brought in, as we're starting to get more and more involved in research and supporting research. And a few things that I've done recently: Rare Revolutions magazine. I created an article for them about our research summaries, because not a lot of charities actually have that. And so both to inform other charities and other patients about what we do and how it might be even beneficial to them as well. And then we also did a Takeover Tuesday with them, which was just to, again, promote Alex TLC, bring awareness to us and the different ways that we're involved in research, and also an ad in their article, or in their magazine, about Alex TLC and our research summaries. And that's a nice little overview. If you have any questions, I'm happy to speak to everyone. And now Marlene will talk about fundraising.
Morning, everyone. So for those who don't know me, I'm Marlene and I'm the fundraising manager. Next week will mark 3 years since I've been with the charity, and in that time I've implemented a lot of changes behind the scenes with regards to, we've improved how we record information on our database. I've created lots of policies and procedures. We're always looking for new ways that people can support us, and we've improved our thanking process as well. There's, in the time I've been here, we've had a steady growth of the number of people who are fundraising for us or donating to us, which is really nice to see. We now have 25 regular donors, so 19 of them donate directly to us monthly, and 6 people donate through payroll giving, and actually 3 of them are for the same family, and some of them are in the room today, so thank you for that. But the amounts vary from £3 to £30 a month, and we hope that in time we'll continue to grow that number, so we're always looking for people to support us in that way. And some of you might be aware that we've launched a 50-50 cash draw. So it's £12 for the entire year. It's £1 a month. You've got 12 chances to win a cash prize. We've got 109 people taking part now, and the cash pot for November is at £113.50. So the more entries that we get, the bigger that prize pot gets. So we're hoping that some people might decide to sign up this weekend, and just come and speak to us up at the top table if you want to find out how to do that. In the time that I've been here, we've been able to grow the fundraising team as well. Now, in May 22, we were joined by the amazing Fiona. She is our Communications and Fundraising Officer, or Fundraising and Communications Officer, sorry. But she does so much for us. She does a lot of the behind-the-scenes fundraising admin. She designs all of our literature, pretty much all of our fundraising comms. She now deals with community fundraisers, so those who decide to fundraise for us, Fiona will look after them. And she also worked with Suzanne to raise awareness for Leukodystrophy Awareness Month and contact lots of buildings and landmarks and get them to light up blue. We had 35 take part this year, which was a slight increase on last year, and we're hoping for even more next year as well. And more recently, in fact, just last month, we were joined by the lovely Ingrid, who is our Trusts and Grants fundraiser. And she is going to be submitting applications just to try and help us grow our income from trusts and foundations. And so that's the fundraising team. But as Sarah was saying, we all work together. Sarah and Christina manage our partnerships with pharmaceutical companies. We've got Natasha, who works really hard to grow income from our 5 charity shops in South East London, and we've got me. Yeah, thanks, Sarah. But yeah, like a lot of the donations come off the back of this amazing support that Karen provides as well. And just literally, we all work together to try and raise enough to keep doing what we do so that we can support every one of you guys in here today. So that's all from me, but if you do want to speak about different ways that you can get involved, maybe your employer or you know a business that might want to get involved, then just come and speak to us. And that's all from me.